Hello everyone, my name is Yellow and welcome back to episode 78 of my WWE 2K14 Universe Mode, and we're back on NXT. Getting closer and closer to SummerSlam now. And last episode I asked you which match you would like to see me play out of these four, because we are not playing the main event. Because we have seen this match so many times now. I'm choking. And yeah, I didn't want to play it again. So it was out of these four. And the match that was picked was AJ Neville versus Eric Rowan. NXT not having the best matches. Santino versus Jinder was close, but Khali versus David Otunga, that's a star-filled match. And Diego versus Luke Harper, But yeah, it's going to be AJ Neville versus Eric Rowan, the match that we're going to be playing. So let's predict some winners. First match, Diego versus Luke Harper. I'm going to give it to Luke Harper. No, he lost, of course. Khali versus David Otunga. Khali. Yeah, there we go. Santino versus Jinder. Santino. Lost. And finally, main event, Tyler Breeze versus Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn. Lost. Oh my god. Frustration is building between Tyler Breeze and Sami Zayn. Of course it is. Santino champion though. 3MB tag champs. What was he going to say? I'm surprised with some of these outcomes. And David Otunga making his return at WrestleMania? What? Why was he in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle thing? Why? He hasn't appeared in like 2 years, and then he comes back. I'm in WrestleMania! No, that's not how it works. But anyway, this episode I'm going to be talking about WrestleMania a lot. But yeah, I'll talk to it once we get in the match, so let's get to it.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, from England, Adrian Metal.
Wow, listen to that reaction.
Approaching the ring, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, Eric Rowan.
I've been looking forward to this one.
Alright, so here we are in the match now. AJ Neville, Eric Rowan. I'm gonna be Eric Rowan. Alright, so since yesterday I didn't talk about WrestleMania because I hadn't watched it by the time I got in from work and everything and recorded the video. I had a chance to watch it. Whoa! Did you hear that? It did the shh. I have never seen that before. I want to do that again. Get back in the corner. You reversed it. Come on, I want to do it again. Hold on, I'm putting the WrestleMania talk on hold until I can do that again. Alright, well, he's beating me up. Okay. Well, yeah, since I didn't really get the chance to watch WrestleMania because I just got in from work at like 6 o'clock and, you know, I didn't stay up to watch it. I had a chance to watch it after I recorded. And that's pretty much all I did yesterday. Went to work, got home, recorded the video, and Did you hear it? Oh my god, that is great. I love it. But anyway, got to work, came home, recorded the video, and then watch WrestleMania. And then by the time it was finished, it was about 11 o'clock at night. So, you know, that was my full day pretty much yesterday. Full day of watching wrestling and work, and that was it. But yeah, I've got mixed feelings about WrestleMania because I liked it, but at the same time I didn't like it, and it's gonna be hard to explain. And this video, I know a lot of people don't really watch the oh, I've got hiccups. Watch the NXT videos, but I want this to be the WrestleMania discussion video. So in the comments, you know, leave your thoughts about WrestleMania and stuff, as well as the usual which match you would like to see on the next episode. But yes, let's talk about Mania. So it began with the pre-show match, the tag team fatal 4-way championship match, and for me, that was my favourite match of the show. And a lot of people probably won't agree with me, but I really liked that match. That was my favourite match of the show. And the reasons why: it was fast-paced, and a lot was going on. There was 4 different tag teams, so it was constantly fresh. Cesaro and Jack Swagger were killing it. The Usos were killing it. It was full of great spots. I just loved the match. I really did. The only thing that I let down was I really dislike Ryback. I think he's terrible. I've never liked him since he started. And in the match, he's just annoying now, isn't he? Anyone else agree with me? Ryback's just annoying and he's just not good. And he's bringing Curtis Axel down with him. And but yes, anyway, I loved that match. It was back and forth, action-packed. The twist at the end with Jack Swagger hitting the angle lock, well, the Patriot lock on Cesaro, and then, you know, Cesaro went for the swing and everything. It was great. Loved it. Loved it. Great match. Great ending. Great eliminations. Great spots. Loved it. But then, what was next? Oh yes, we had the Triple H Daniel Bryan match next. And it was okay. Like, it wasn't too fast-paced. There was a couple of things, but nothing from that match. Like, I'm trying to think of it now. I only watched it yesterday. WrestleMania is fresh to me. And I'm struggling to think of anything that was that great about the match. There was no good spots, really. You know, the only thing that was good was, like, Daniel Bryan was kicking out of the pedigree and all this other stuff, you know, and it was expected, I guess. It was expected for Daniel Bryan to win that match, at least. But, you know, there was nothing too special about it. The thing at the end with Triple H hitting Daniel Bryan with a chair, that could have been so much better if they made it so Daniel Bryan got stretched out. Because, you know, Triple H hits him with the chair and everything, and, you know, Daniel just gets up and walks to the back. He doesn't even really have the help of a doctor or anything, you know. Yes, they're kind of holding on to him, but, you know, he's walking fine. And, you know, he isn't too injured. If he got stretched out, I feel like that would have made his injury look better. But that match, in a whole, it was meh. It wasn't great. It was okay. But next match was... What was next? Was it the Bray Wyatt match? I think it was the Bray Wyatt match next. Anyway, I'll just talk about all matches anyway, so it doesn't matter. But Bray Wyatt versus Cena. Great match. I did like that match, but I still preferred the tag team match. But I did like that match. Bray Wyatt killed it. You know, Cena can put on a show. But Bray Wyatt just completely killed it in that match. I loved him. It was great, especially the spider thing that he does. The spider... like crawl type thing that he does, where Cena bounced off the ropes, then, you know, he was just lying on the mat, Cena bounced off the ropes, the camera followed him, then all of a sudden he was like up. I was like, what the hell, that was quick. It was great, loved it. But I really did like that match. It was great. Like Eric Rowan and Luke Harper on the outside, they did a good job. They weren't getting too involved, you know, they were doing well as like the manager role, I guess, and I liked it. The only thing I was unsure about, I was kind of expecting Cena to win because they had put far too many promos with, it's Cena's redemption, he's got to win to keep his legacy and all this stuff. I was like, yeah, you know, they're making it too focused on Cena. It's far too focused on Cena. And, you know, I was expecting Cena to win, which he did. Which is fine because Bray Wyatt is over as hell, and a loss to Cena at WrestleMania, it means nothing. It doesn't bury him at all. He's all good. He's all good. No need to worry about Bray Wyatt. And I kind of just want this match to keep going on because I've got a lot of things to talk about. So next, the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. Again, it was just I wasn't too interested. Well, it wasn't great. The only things I did, like Kofi's save, it was expected. He does it every Royal Rumble, and this pretty much was a Royal Rumble match in sorts. So I was expecting him to do something cool, and he did. It was unique. It was original. I did like that spot. And David Otunga in it. What is that? Also, there was 31 people in the Battle Royale when it was meant to be 30. So David Otunga is stealing that 31st spot for whatever reason. I was expecting Big Show to win. I feel like a lot of people are expecting Big Show to win. No one expected Cesaro to win. I didn't even know he was in the match. But he did. He did. And that spot at the end was great. He lifted Big Show up and thrown him over the ropes. Oh my god, it was great. Loved that spot. But apart from that and Kofi's thing, I don't know. It was just it was okay. Now, I'll quickly go over the Divas match. There was nothing too great about that. I wasn't interested in that match at all. I kind of expected AJ to win, and she did. I wasn't expecting her to lose a title at WrestleMania, especially to the current people on the roster. But I haven't seen Raw, but I've heard that Paige debuts and wins the championship on Raw. My god, I don't even know what to say about that. But I was expecting AJ to win. She did. I still don't want to go for a win yet. I'm going to try and injure him all the way. But yes, so nothing much to talk about that match. And I'm going to save the shock of the night till last. So, next match I want to talk about, the main event. Which was, of course, the triple threat match. And again, I just really wasn't into this match at all. I just wasn't into it. I was not interested. After the Undertaker shock, which I'll talk about after this match, I just wasn't into the match at all. I really wasn't. The Divas match was just And then the triple threat, it wasn't great. It was pretty boring. It was slow paced and nothing much happened. The only part I liked about it was the brilliant, amazing spot that happened. The Batista bomb in a like RKO. I wouldn't even call it an RKO because it wasn't. It was a neck breaker. It was a neck breaker. But I love the spot. It was amazing. The way that Orton landed on the monitor. Oh my god, I was cringe. It was like, oh my god. And they showed the replay like 10 times as well of that. And just every time, I wasn't even interested in seeing the way Bryan landed. It was all Orton landing straight onto that monitor. I was like, oh. And then he cut his back open because of that and everything. I was like, oh my god. But you know, I was expecting Bryan to win. And he did. You know, no big shock there. But that match in whole, I just wasn't really interested in it. And finally, the match, Undertaker vs Brock Lesnar. I am unbelievably disappointed in this match, and it's not just because of the outcome either. So, what can I say? Undertaker, from the start, he was just not into the match at all. Like, he was just not even trying, it seemed, throughout the entire match. It was just not a good match at all. You know, I know apparently he got a concussion. I don't know at what point he got the concussion. It wouldn't have been at the very start though. Well, it might have been, but you know, it just didn't even seem like he was trying. He was worn out. He was hardly doing anything. Brock dominated the entire match. And you know, there was a lot of botches in that match. The tombstone was terrible. The last ride, he couldn't even lift Lesnar up properly. That was just bad. Just everything Undertaker did was just not good in this match. And I'm a huge fan of Undertaker. I love pretty much all of his WrestleMania matches. But this one, it just wasn't good and I didn't like it. And I would have even been fine with Lesnar winning. But I don't even know what to say. It was just weird. It was weird, and it was extremely unexpected. Very unexpected. I don't even know what to say. It could have been better. You know, the third F5, I was like, yeah. It wasn't even like a... No one even expected that to be the end. because, you know, he kicked out 2 F5s already. I know it's his finishing move and everything, but, you know, everyone was just like, alright, he's hit another F5, Undertaker's going to kick out again. But he didn't, and that was it. And the whole arena's reaction, especially that black guy in the front row, which has now become famous, that was the reaction of everyone. I was watching it with a friend because he decided that he was going to wait for me, and we both watched it at the same time. And we were both just like in shock. We didn't even know what happened, and I didn't like it. I really didn't. If that is the end of Undertaker's career, if he's going to retire from that, which it seems like, the way that the commentators were talking and everything, it seems like that's it for Undertaker, because why bother coming back like every WrestleMania now? He has no streak, so what's the point? Just as an attraction now? You know, there is no reason for him to come back, so I really didn't like it, because if that's his final match, you know, you're meant to go out with a bang, put on a great match, but it just wasn't. It was bad. It was a bad match. You can't say that it was a good match, because it just wasn't. It was terrible. And, you know, I'm not even like the outcome. If it was a great match and Lesnar won, I would have been completely fine with that. I would have been more than fine, because that shock would have made WrestleMania great. But it was the fact that it was just a terrible match, and I don't even know what to say. It was just too... It was bad. It was bad. So WrestleMania in a whole, I don't know what to think about it. I don't know. I would give it a 6 out of 10. And a lot of people might think that's pretty low. But to be honest, there was only a handful of things I liked. My favourite match was on the pre-show. That's how much, you know, that's how much I enjoyed the pay-per-view. I did like it. That's a strange thing. I did like the pay-per-view, but at the same time, I just didn't. I wasn't interested in the main event. The Triple H Daniel Bryan match was slow. Cena versus Bray Wyatt match was a good match. Divas match, not interested. And Lesnar Taker was just bad. And I don't think I'm missing out any other matches there. If I am, then it just means that they were that interesting that I'm just not interested. Then, of course, the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. It was okay, I guess. I only enjoyed certain parts of it. But in a whole... Oh, wait, yeah, the Shield match. The Shield match was unbelievably disappointing. I couldn't even remember it because it was so bad. I was, like, as soon as it was announced as it was going to be a match, I was like, this is going to be a bad match. This is just going to be a bad match. The Shield is used to equal opponents where they can put on a good show. And New Age Outlaws and Kane, fair enough, but New Age Outlaws, no, it just wasn't going to happen. And it didn't. It was a bad match. It was a squash match. It was about 3.5 minutes, maybe 5 minutes max. That's how long the match was. It was just a bad match. I didn't enjoy it. So that's why, in a whole, I would give WrestleMania 6 out of 10. And I am really interested to see what people thought of WrestleMania, because, you know, as you know, I'm a part of the WWE forum. That's where I do the TWF videos every Friday and Saturday. And, you know, they've got a part saying WrestleMania sound off best WrestleMania ever. And actually, I'll click on it right now because I've got the webpage up. There's a poll. So it says, was WrestleMania 30 the best WrestleMania ever? Yes or no? 19 people have voted yes, and 25 people have voted no. Now, best WrestleMania ever, out of all 30, 19 people out of 44 have said yes. That's a high amount of people saying this WrestleMania was the best one ever. No, it's not even in my top 5. It's not even probably in my top 10. It wasn't great at all. And 25 people saying no. Understandable, but you know, there was parts of it I did like. They trolled us with Randy Orton thinking he was going to go back to his old song. He went, and I was like, oh, he's coming out to his old song. And I was like, I hear voices in my head. And I was like, oh god, okay. Troll us anymore, please, thanks. So yeah, I'm really interested to know, what did people think of WrestleMania? You're going to have to tell me in the comments. But anyway, let's have a look at the Superstars match card. We have Scott Steiner versus Dusty Rhodes, Stone Cold versus Batista. Oh yes, that Stone Cold spot, it was pretty cool, I guess. It wasn't WrestleMania making though, like it was a cool spot with The Rock, Stone Cold and Hulk Hogan, but you know, it was a highlight, I guess. It was cool to see them all in the ring together, but you know, it wasn't anything special. Well, it was special, but it wasn't great. You know, it was just them talking at the end of the day. So anyway, back to this. Virgil and Rick Rude versus Kevin Nash in 6. Ultimate Warrior versus Edge. JBL versus The Rock. False count anyway. Eddie Guerrero versus Scott Hall. Extreme Rules. We played that last week, so scratch that one out. And Andre the Giant versus Randy Savage submission match. So which match would you like to see me play next episode? Leave a comment with your WrestleMania predictions on which match you would like to see, and the most commented match will be the one I play. But yes, this has been the WrestleMania Highlights Edition. Not Highlights Edition. WrestleMania Talk Edition. So please leave a comment. What did you think of WrestleMania? I've said everything I can say about it. You know my thoughts. I liked it, but I didn't at the same time. 6 out of 10. It wasn't great, was it? It wasn't great. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. That's gonna be the end of the episode. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please like up the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.